The people who play it have missed it. The people who work with it have missed it. We've missed watching it. So we guarantee you're in for a treat this afternoon. We've got 3 great acts for you. Little Murders will play later on. They're brilliant. You're going to love them. The legendary Steve Lucas will play shortly as well. But first, we've got a band from Geelong, Lash 78. If you don't know Lash 78, you are in for a treat. If you do know Lash 78, then you know you're in for a treat. So you're not here to see me. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to leave you with Sheridan and Lauren. They are Lash 78 playing for you live here this afternoon.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Woo! What an introduction. Can I just say it's really, really lovely to be back at Musicland. Great venue. We love it. If you guys haven't had the chance to be here yet, make sure you guys come up and check out the venue. Spend a bit of money on the alcohol. Boost a bit of money back into this business that's been out for so long. We're going to start off with an original. Well, they're all originals tonight, but this one's Word on the Street.
Love is in the eye of the beholder. Talk is getting cheaper than 10 cents. Well, I might be fooled by your devotion, but who said love made sense? Oh, geez, you're quick to my defense. Nah, nah, nah. Word on the street is that I love it, that I'd rather be in love than not at all. You wanna blame it on my family life? Mama cried, well, Daddy left when I was 5. Word on the street, she sold her soul for a kid of cocaine. Word on the street, she as a kid to a guy in LA. Word on the street, she took a pill and she lost all the weight. Word on the street, word on the street, word on the street. Ooh, ooh, oh, word on the street. Ooh, oh, rumors are the windmill that keeps turning, and sex is the exodus of pain. I take pills to keep myself from being boring, but who said fame made sense? Oh, geez, y'all quick to my defense. Nah, nah, nah. Word on the street is that I love it, that I crave all the attention that I get. Honey, I don't blame it on my family night. Mama cried, Daddy left when I was 5. Word on the street, she sold herself for a kid of cocaine. Word on the street, she as a kid to a guy in LA. Word on the street, she took a pill and she lost all the weight. Word on the street, word on the street, word on the street. Ooh, 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 word on the street. Ooh, ooh, oh, word on the street. Ooh, ooh, word on the street, word on the street, word on the street. Yeah, oh yeah. She took a pill and she lost all the weight. Word on the street, word on the street, word on the street. She sold herself for a kid of cocaine. Word on the street, she as a kid to a guy in LA. Word on the street, she took a pill and she lost all the weight. Word on the street, word on the street, word on the street.
Wow. I did actually say to everyone at home, if you saw our Facebook post a little bit earlier, that there was some changes that have happened. I've gone brown. Woo! I know. It's a massive change from being blonde. But now you don't have to point up at the stage and go, oh, the blonde one plays guitar better. I know, obviously you're pointing at me.
Oh, yeah.
But now you can say the brunette one plays guitar better. Oh, well, what can you do?
Let's kick it off with another song called Caught in the Middle.
Since you're around, I know I've been told I'd be caught in the middle. I circle of gold. I know I've been told that I'd be caught in the middle. I felt the rush, stumbled on the situation. Cosmic touch is the only persuasion. Don't need no strings, just a fling. It's not really my problem, no. Heaven knows I don't know what I was thinking. I played no part in the hole that he is digging. Don't look at me, can't you see? It's not really my problem, no. Can't say I wasn't warned though. You seem to get around. I know I've been told I'd be caught in the middle. Circle of gold. I know I've been told that I'd be caught in the middle. House burned down. I never knew going through my intentions were upside down. Well, look at me now. You seem to get around. I know I've been told I'd be caught in the middle. Circle of gold. I know I've been told that I'd be caught in the middle. Since you're around, I know I've been told I'd be caught in the middle. I circle the gold. I know I've been told that I'd be caught in the middle. You seem to get around. I know I've been told caught in the middle. I circle the gold. I know I've been told that I'd be caught in the middle. Sitting here wondering, maybe it's my problem. We're our own crowd tonight. We're going to play a track off our debut EP, which is available. If you guys do want to support us as artists, just message us on our Facebook page. It's Lash78. Or just come over and say, hey, give us a like, support local and live music.
You can also support us by streaming our EP on Spotify as well. Not everyone has the funds that we're used to having because of the virus and everything that's happened around the world, but you can definitely help by getting on Spotify and following Lash78.
That's right. So our debut EP is called Who, so this is a title track off the debut EP, so enjoy.
Who, tell me now. Who, tell me now. Pity you have a heart of frozen nights. Well, you could have let me in and I would have played nice. But you're keeping secrets from me. And I guess that time will tell. And I know there's more than I can see. But I caught you with red hands. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me. Who, tell me. Tell me now. Who, tell me now. People are outlining it in chalk for some form of proof. 'Cause nobody but you really knows the truth. And I see your smug face in the bottom of the picture. Tell your guts really missed ya. Is that your alibi? Go throw a coin into a wishing well. Start to say, but it will not help. Just tell me how. Tell me who, tell me now. Well, just tell me who, tell me who, tell me now. Well, just tell me who, tell me who, tell me now. Who, tell me, who, tell me now. Oh no! Oh hey! Just tell me who, tell me who, tell me now. Well, just tell me who, tell me who, tell me now. Well, just tell me who, tell me who, tell me now. Who, tell me who, tell me
How weird is this, like, this distance between you and
I know
I?
we're trying to keep COVID safe. We do live together, so I don't think it'd be too bad if like.
I'm like, I just want to, like,
But I'm like trying to not
want to come over. I know, I'm like looking at you. I'm like, what's going on?
What's happening? This next one we're going to do, I think, is very relevant in the world right now. We wrote this one during the first lockdown. Everyone has been going through their own thing, and I think we can all mutually agree it's been a very rough time, and some of us have felt very alone.
I genuinely feel like a lot of the strong people have felt at their weakest, and that's sometimes really strange if you don't even know these feelings that are going on inside your body. Like if you're usually a really strong person and you're the one in the group that everyone can rely on, and if you're that, you know, if you're anything like us, you look at it and you go, what's going on? Like,
I mean,
we've been stripped of our identities with our gigs.
We live in a big house too, and there's been times where we felt very alone, and there's been people who don't even have anyone to live with. So this song is kind of a raise your glass to the rest of your life, because at the end of the day, we have our whole lives ahead of us. We've got long, happy lives to live, and this one is for the rest of our lives.
At the edge of the bar, drowning insecurities in a bottle of wine with an old friend of mine. Yeah, we joke about our exes, laughing until we cried. Heaven knows what we find. Going back to the time when we were just 18, but we knew everything. With our hearts on our sleeves, God, we were so naive. Turns out we don't know love. People fade each time it gets rough. When you're down, I will always show up. I will show up, I will always show up. Hey, we're gonna sleep tonight. Keep on dance on the bar and walk through the dark like we never grew up. Hey, forever chasing the daylight. Yeah, we know it will never, but now raise a glass, 'cause here's to the rest of our lives. The rest of our lives. When he first broke your heart, stayed up talking till 3. Going back to the time, wondering if you would mind. Now we're 23 and know how hard life can be. With our hearts on our sleeves, still can be a little naive, but we still don't know love. People fade each time it gets tough. When you're down, I will always show up. I will show up, I will always show up. Hey, we ain't gonna sleep tonight. Yeah, we'll dance on the bar and walk through the door like we never grew up. Hey, forever chasing the daylight. Yeah, we know it will last, but for now, raise a glass. Here's to the rest of our lives. rest of our lives. We don't know love. People fade each time it gets rough. And when you're down, I will always show up. Always show up.
We will show up. We will.
Turns out we don't know love. People fade each time it gets tough. And when you're down, I will always show up. Always show up. I will always show up. Hey, we're gonna sleep tonight. Yeah, we'll dance on the bar and walk through the dark like we never grew up. Hey, forever chasing the daylight. Yeah, we know it won't last, but for now, raise a glass. 'Cause here's to the rest of our lives. Oh, the rest of our lives. Here's to the rest of our lives.
Remember, you've still got the rest of your life ahead of you, so yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I don't know what to say. What's next, Lizzie?
Let's do an oldie but a goodie.
Don't say oldie. That's not good,
Whatever,
Lauren.
we have so many new songs that it feels like
I
we haven't
know.
played these in so long.
So for anyone who's new, there's a little quick introduction. I'm Sheridan. This is my sister Lauren.
Hello.
We are Lash 78. For any of you guys wondering at home, like, what does Lash 78 mean? It's an acronym for our names, Lauren and Sheridan Harvey. Our first ever gig was Bicentennial Park in Tamworth when we were 7 and 8 years old. So the 7 and 8 just clung on, So yeah, this one is Your Eyes. We wrote this when we were pretty young, but it was a love story. Never been in love though.
yeah.
Baby, what you possess is a little more than I can take. Your body is a weapon. I'm your ray. No, you know, like this reflection I see, it's just someone that's new to me. Can't seem to get enough, hypnotized by your touch. I'm intoxicated by your eyes. You control me with your eyes. They possess me, caress me, I'm under your spell. Captivate me, sedate me, trying to help your eyes. They ruin me. Watch the vagrants die as I hit the ground. I'm locked into your shadow and watching bullets from the down. No animation. How does reality feel when the venom is sinking down? Can't seem to get enough, hypnotized by this lust. I'm infatuated by your eyes. You control me with your eyes. They possess me, caress me, I'm under your spell. Captivate me, sedate me, trying to help your eyes. They ruin me, yeah. With your eyes, you control me with your eyes. They possess me, caress me, I'm under your spell. Captivate me, sedate me, trying to help. They possess me, caress me, I'm under your spell. Captivate me, sedate me, trying to help your eyes. They
You are right. An oldie is a goodie because this is one we haven't played in so long, but we actually only released it just 2019. And it's nice to kind of play it again, actually. I'm excited.
I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited.
All right, well, be nervous with the guys at home. This one is Superhuman. 2, 3, 4.
Superhuman, right in front of my eyes, I'm saving the world from destruction and decency motion now. And so they think, go by his exterior, when you see his ulterior. But if you look close enough, then you'll see the cracks starting to appear. And if you find the right moment, then you'll see what's underneath his skin. He is not so superhuman. Stay back from the confusion, Mr. Right, it was all an illusion. 'Cause he is not so superhuman. Like a transfusion running through my veins, I feed off insecurities, pointing a finger out.
Oh, sassy Loz.
You better watch her close, 'cause she knows how to get inside your head, re-injure the wounds from where you once bled. And if you're not careful around him, then your future is looking very dim. 'Cause he is not so superhuman. Step back from the confusion, Mr. Right, it was all an illusion. And he is not so superhuman. Yeah. Cause he is not so superhuman. Stand back from the confusion, Mr. Right, it was all an illusion. He is not so superhuman. He is not so superhuman. Stand back from the confusion, Mr. Right, he was all an illusion. He is not so superhuman. He is not so superhuman. He is not so superhuman.
Oh, that was so nice being back playing that song. Seriously, like when you write, because over COVID, we have just been knocking out new songs, new material coming from our friends' breakups. If you guys have watched us before, we never write about our own lives. That's on the DL. Not that there's probably just not enough going on, to be honest. But our friends, they break up all the time.
They do it all for us.
They do it all for us. So we just write songs about their breakups. I guess that's now.
Yes.
Ooh,
This is a debut. A debut. We wrote this song last week. So for all of you here, this is the first time we're playing it.
Ever. I'm excited to play this one. It's called Better Than You.
You always seem to want me bad, but I'm the best you ever had. Met your mom and dad, now you're gonna put me last. What did I do? You promised that we'd take it slow, but that was like 6 months ago. I was cool with that. I'm so used to being sad. Now you call me on the phone, asking when I'll be home, so you can grab the stuff you missed. I said I left it at the door, now don't call anymore, cause I forgot you exist. Oh, I should've known better, better than you. We should've never been together, but to tell you the truth, no, I don't need another mistake, no, I don't need to hear you explain, cause I should've known better, better than you. You want back what you once had. Well, ain't that just too bad? I don't give a damn, I'm not one for looking back. There's no time to. You promised that you're different though, but I moved on when you let go. I hope you're cool with that. Well, I got over being sad, and now you call me on the phone asking when I'll be home, so you can try and fix this. I said I'd rather be alone, so don't call anymore, cause I forgot you exist. Should've known better, better than you. Should've never been together. And to tell you the truth, no, I don't want another mistake. No, I don't wanna hear you explain, cause I should've known better, better than you. Call me on the phone, asking when I'll be home, 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 home. I said I'd rather be alone, don't call anymore, more. Call me on the phone, asking when I'll be home, 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 home. I said I'd rather don't call anymore, don't do it, come on. Oh, I should've known better, better than you. Should've never been together. And to tell you the truth, no, I don't want another mistake, no, I don't want to hear you explain, cause I should've known better, better than you, better than you.
Bit of Mexican for you at the end. Anyway, Kira, that song was for you. Our friend Kira, she hasn't heard us sing that yet, but hashtag, recent
there it
breakup.
is.
Hashtag there it is. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, we're going to play Over You. Here's another one. All right, here's another one we've written about a friend. This one's been going on for too long. I don't think we can say anything now.
I know, we have been meaning to catch up with this friend over since everything's been open.
It's been like 4 months. This is real bad.
It's really bad.
So we wrote it about a friend. Maybe she'll never know. But at this stage, that's how it's working. It's called Over You. It's good. I'm starting to get sweaty now, so I'm working harder.
In shards of glass, silhouette of where used to be my heart. A few little words, and just like that, I'm stuffed. You wasted no time, pretend that I'm fine, but I'm not. You wanna go for a drive, stay out all night, and just forget about it for a little while. You know how to make me smile. Then I'm left with reality that you don't really want me. No, you wanna keep me on a string just to keep things interesting. When I'm giving you nothing, you come running as I'm just getting over you. You wanna keep me for yourself, just as I see somebody else. No, giving you nothing, you come running as I'm just getting over you. Just getting over you. Just getting over you. It's getting late. driven too far, let's sleep in the car. I said, don't think for a second I'll cave into the games that you played. Put your hands on my waist, my thoughts fade away, and I forget about it a little while. You know how to make me smile. Then I'm left with reality. You still don't really want me, no. You wanna keep me on a string just to keep things interesting. Now I'm giving you nothing, you come around and I'm just getting over you. You wanna keep me for yourself just as I see somebody else. Now I'm giving you nothing, you come running as I'm just getting over you. Just getting over you. Just getting over you. Forget about it a little while. You know how to make me smile. Then I'm left with reality. You still don't really want me, no. You wanna keep me on a string just to keep things interesting. When I'm giving you nothing, you come around as I'm just getting over you. You wanna keep it for yourself just as I see somebody else. Giving you nothing, you come around as I'm just getting over you. Just getting over you. Just getting over you. Giving you nothing, come around as I'm just getting over you.
I hope that's the push for anyone out there that needs to get over an ex. If you didn't listen to all the lyrics in that song, definitely jump onto our Facebook page and have a listen. I reckon it's one to resonate with. Also, I'm just double checking. We got 2 more songs left. Is that the right time?
We always feel like we fastened it up.
Bum.
What time is it?
Just let us know anyway. We got more in the kitty. 2 more? Awesome. Thank you.
Ain't no mystery, we got a history behind us. It's true that chemistry, into jealousy when I'm around you. They say, kiss me like your ex is in the room. That's cause I can only think of kissing you. Remember Lily call on the phone, you told me that you had to be alone. And I don't know if I could let you go, cause I don't do goodbyes. Never thought that I would be the one to tell you that it's over when you're done. Still, I don't know if I could move on without you by my side. Cause you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. It ain't no victory when I'm a misery around you. Cause I think selfishly, act carelessly, lighting fires. And I say, kiss me while my ex is in the room. Well, that's cause I can only think of me and you. Whenever I call on the phone, you told me that you had to be alone. And I thought I could never let you go, cause I don't do goodbyes. Didn't think that I would be the one to tell you that it's over, we are done. Still, I thought I could never move on without you by my side. Cause you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Remember that late night on the phone, like you said you had to be alone. I took your advice. Now you're watching me with him. You've lost your mind. It turns out we're jealous type, jealous type. Do you know that I'm the jealous type? Jealous type. Do you know that I'm the jealous type? Jealous type. Yeah, you know that I'm the jealous type. Jealous type. Remember that late night on the phone, like you said you had to be alone. I took your advice. Now you're watching me with him. You lost your mind. Turns out we're jealous type.
I know it's so weird. Like, you guys don't understand as artists, like, we're our first gig back, like, two weeks ago, and it was a real
sit down.
audience, and people were clapping, and I was like, I'm getting emotional.
We missed you guys so much. So
we
if
wish you
are
guys were here.
If you are enjoying it, please head to the comments and let us know what you think. What's been your favourite song?
And not only that, like, live atmosphere can't beat anything. Like, you guys are watching at home, if you're loving it, thank you so much. But make sure you guys come to a gig at Musicland. Make sure you come to see us play. Put the money back into the arts, because we have we've been out of work for so long, and yeah, just
Speaking
come
of coming
come
to
and
watch
buy
us
a
play,
beer.
head to our Facebook page, Lash78, and our Instagram, Lash78Music, to keep up with us and make sure you follow our journey, because we love you all and we want you all to be a part of our family. Our
We
big
do have
Lash78
merch
family.
available as well, $10 CDs, $15, I don't know, something. I can't remember. But jump across, and if you do want to grab something and support us, easy way to do it is just message our Facebook.
We want to thank Musicland.
We do.
For having
and
us.
also Laneway music label. What a fantastic bunch of blokes. We love them. And yeah, we hope you guys have loved our set as much as we've loved playing it. We're going to finish tonight off with our last song called Renegade.
You deserve better, you know you do. Feeling the pressure, can't refuse. Love when they slam that door in your face, got you craving more. You deserve better, you know you do. What can I say? Your exes are crazy, and they love it when you're screaming out their name. Acting so sweet, but they got you in chains. Anything that I would do the same. I'm not a heartbreaker like the ones you're used to. They can't you. I'm not a stranger to all your past exes that made you feel rejected. I know 'cause I felt the same. I'm not a heartbreaker. I'm the renegade. Raise your flag and surrender. I know you will. Keep your cards close together. I wait until I'm the one you're asking for. Roses in your hand, standing at my door. Raise your flag and surrender. I know you will. Say I'm driving you crazy, and you love it when I'm screaming at your name. Acting so sweet, now I've broken your chains. Now you know that I am not the same. Not a heartbreaker like the ones you're used to. They can't share. I'm not a stranger to all your past exes that made you feel rejected. I know 'cause I felt the same. I'm not a heartbreaker. I'm the renegade. I'm not a heartbreaker like the ones you're used to. They can't share. I'm not a stranger to all your past exes that made you feel rejected. I know 'cause I felt the same. I'm not a rejected. I know 'cause I felt the same. I'm not a heartbreaker. I'm the renegade.
Thank you guys so much. I'm Sheridan. This is
I'm
Lauren.
Lauren.
We're Lash 78. We'll be back soon, guys.
We love
and we've
you
got
all.
amazing artists on next, so stay tuned.
Stay safe.
So Lauren and Sheridan, Lash 78, they're going to come over here and have a bit of a chat, and we'll ask them about the show. We're doing a Laneway online show this afternoon here at Musicland in Melbourne. Coming up shortly is the rock icon, Steve Lucas, and also Little Murders a little later on. So a great afternoon of music. And again, apologies you've started a tad late, but I'm sure you'll agree it was worth it. So the girls are coming over here in a second, and we'll have a little bit of a yak and find out a bit more about them. I want to know, by the way, who that song "Who" is about. So I don't know if they're going to reveal that, but we'll find out. So Steve Lucas will be setting up in the background, so you kind of get a little bit of the feel for how the setup's going while we talk to Sheridan and Lauren. Just got to put the guitars away, musos, taking care of the gear. It's great to have live music back, though, isn't it? It feels like it's been so long, and I think we've all missed it. We've all, particularly in Melbourne, we've been in lockdown for what feels like, I think it was over 100 days, 110 days. Adelaide have just had theirs for, I think, 4 days before they pulled it. But I think to have some live music back again just feels absolutely fantastic. So it's a really exciting time to be opening up again, and it'll only continue to happen more and more. And as as Sheridan and Lauren said, get out and see a band when you can. Go and support a venue. Go and have a couple of drinks and see these guys. Hey, come up, girls. Take that, Lauren.
Thank
you.
Take that, Sheridan.
Thank you.
So the camera's over there. So we're going to keep the 1.5 metres as well. So just kind of.
My golly.
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, we live together, so it should be okay.
I think that'll be okay if you do live together.
Hope that's okay.
Well done on the show. That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
How did it feel to be back on stage again?
Do you know what? I'm unfit.
Yes.
I'm only kidding. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, even gyms were closed during lockdown, so it's like, what do you do to stay fit? And like, I don't have any motivation. Like,
It's not a walk in
train
the
at
park.
home.
Well, if you're asking me for advice on how to stay fit, trust me, you've come to the wrong guy. So
I doubt it. You're looking great. I think stamina is just the hardest part, to keep up that stamina and put on the best show. I think we've always known that being over video is you have to work 10% harder. Today, I
hope we did it justice.
I nominate Lauren for the best performance. And
Hey, that's a first.
does it feel, when you're up there though, does it feel like you're in a bit of a natural habitat? Does it feel very, very comfortable and very natural for you guys?
It does. We've been doing it since we were 7 and 8, as Sheridan said on stage. That's where the 78 comes from in the band name. And I think that break, even though it's been so long, you kind of do get back into the groove of things as well, which is very nice. And it kind of feels like our second home.
I do feel like we never really get nervous, but having the break, I feel like coming back, it's like, oh, am I going to play this right? You know, like we can rehearse like every single day, but when you're on stage and you're standing up and you're putting in all this effort, like to drop a chord or whatever, it's kind of, I mean, everyone does it. You know, you watched a lot of bands.
I feel like at home you get a bit lazy too and practice sitting down.
Yes, that's so
Ooh,
true.
geez, I think there's a slight dig right there. So.
No, it's me too.
No, it's
it
her
is me too.
too.
Oh, okay.
Probably me more.
When you were playing, I was watching some of the comments coming through, and there was a comment from somebody called Julie Carr, and she wrote one word. She wrote lyrics. And listening to your songs, I get the impression they're really important to what you do. And it sounds to me like you spend a lot of time crafting them and making sure there's meaning to
We
them.
have a lot of brainstorming.
Yeah,
we
do.
always fight. We always fight for the best one and the best idea as well.
The way that kind of songwriting started for us was our mum actually was in the room with me all the time writing songs. So I wrote my first song at 7. Lauren came on a little bit later, but her level of songwriting is just is the exact same as mine. But I think if there's any songwriters out there or anyone who wants to start songwriting, I know that wasn't the question, but I think that my advice to you would just be Ed Sheeran said songwriting is like a rusty tap. Am I allowed to say?
Oh, you can say whatever you want.
Songwriting is like a rusty tap. When you turn it on, the shit water will flow. Eventually, you will run clear water. So at the start, it's probably going to be awful, but it's going to be great to look back on too.
You should hear some of my stuff before it was so bad.
Yeah, and plus, I also say that go on to like Reddit and stuff if you have an idea, and then read people's actual stories of being through that stuff. So say like we talk about a breakup and someone or gambling or whatever it is, you just write that into like Reddit or into Google,
and I
and
think
it will come up.
To go back to the question too, like it's the lyrics for us are a story. Sheridan and I have always, I know from a young age, we were homeschooled, and our mum was our supervisor, and she had all her friends come around during the day, and I know her in particular would get her cup of tea, and she'd sit there and tell me, now what's the goss?
Yep,
Tell me the goss, tell me everything.
Like, hey, Mum. Hey, Donna.
And like
what's going on?
And like Cher said, most of our songs are not about our personal life at all. We take things from other people's perspectives. Everyone has a different story to tell. So I guess that keeps it diverse.
Well, I want to ask you about that because you played a song which is the single off the current EP, or the most recent EP, called Who. And I'm listening to that thinking, man, I would hate to be the dude that you wrote that about, because that doesn't sound like he's a good guy.
You're in for a story here.
Do you want to know what?
Sure.
I was 16 when I wrote that song.
I think we were 16. No, you were 15.
I was 15 when I wrote this song, so I'd never had a boyfriend at this stage. And I was, we had a producer over from Germany at the time who we were working with when we were signed to an American label. And he came and he's like, girls, you got to stop. Oh, no, he's not American. He's like, oh, I'm not even gonna try. You got to stop writing love songs. And I was like, but I'm 15. I love love songs. Like Taylor Swift. She my girl. But anyway, I was like, well, what can I write about besides love songs? Like, what else? Like, I'm 15. Like, seriously.
So who?
So I wrote a song about murder.
So who was about murder?
That song is about murder.
Wow.
But catch, it's actually about a relationship. But I told him. No, because it's like people are outlining it in chalk.
Did not
for some
see
form
that
of proof.
explanation coming on that song.
Right, every time I play it, I'm like, oh, here we go.
But everyone, now, when you say it, everyone does notice little things. Like she said, the outlining in chalk. You know, back in the olden days when someone was murdered, they would do the outline and who done it.
And I caught you with red hands. So it is about a relationship and like cheating, and she's being a detective basically. But yeah, if Raina's watching, it's actually about murder. I don't write any more love songs.
Well, a couple of those songs about breakups and you know, bad things happening. I think that last or second last song you wrote for, I think it was Kira, which is
girl.
What to say? You're better off without.
Yeah, I should have known better.
Should have known better. Yeah.
So the ex was in the
He was
music.
a rat.
He was in the music biz, and we all know how that goes.
Don't say his
Boys
name.
in the music biz, they can be a bit naughty. But, you know, won't give too much detail because it's her private life. But, yeah, it's not necessarily written about the fact that she should know better. She probably does, though.
I think, too, with that song, it's about empowerment, too, for all genders, all everyone.
I don't need another mistake, no.
So the lyrics are important. Clearly the harmonies are, too. The harmonies in those songs. There was one that I wrote down, Your Eyes. Those harmonies, clearly you've written that a long time ago, as you said. I think you said it was one of the early ones.
Yeah.
That's, obviously, you guys play together all the time because the sense of the contrast and how it works together is fantastic.
I think what you said earlier in the green room too is we've never had to work too hard on our harmonies. It's always come very naturally, and I think that's the blessing of being siblings. A lot of people who go to see bands that have sibling members, the harmonies are incredible. You've got Shepherd, you've got Haim, all those bands that have...
Even the Veronicas.
The Veronicas as well, their harmonies are incredible.
So what you're saying here, this is what I'm hearing here. What you're saying is if I sing a song with my brother, it will sound brilliant.
Do you want to know what?
Work hard
it
and
actually
it might.
will. You do 10 years of singing lessons, and I bet you'll be on the same par as us.
Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen, and it won't sound good. I'm telling you now.
If you don't kill each other, because siblings are very hard.
That can happen. Okay, I want to do a bit of a background here. So for people who know you, and clearly people who know what you do, they know all about you and they love what you do. But for some people watching here today, they will have no idea who you are and they've never seen you before. And this is the first exposure to Lash 78 that they've had. So let's do a quick little couple of minutes on who you are and where you're from. You're from Geelong, correct?
Yes, Geelong, born and bred.
How do you feel about the Cats?
We don't go for them.
Nah, like second, I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe second favourite team. I love supporting our community.
We love supporting the community, exactly. But we do not go for
We're,
Geelong.
we're Hawthorn, so
Hawthorn,
bit of a rivalry.
Yeah,
Okay, surely I would imagine you would have more fashion sense to go for a team that has black and yellow colours.
Oh, brown and yellow.
Brown and yellow.
Yeah.
Brown and yellow, that's right.
Yeah.
Richmond black and
Richmond.
Yeah, no, we can make it look stylish. We can make anything look
Sure.
stylish.
yellow. Geelong's got a history of great female performers, hasn't it?
Chrissy Amphlett.
Adelita from Magic Dirt,
Yep.
Chrissy Amphlett.
We are from the same suburb as Chrissy too, so we have a very special connection with the Divinals. I think we kind of feel like they're a big influence for us, especially from where Chrissy's from. Her passion, her story, everything. You know, it was a life that was lost way too young.
Yeah, we actually did a cover of Touch Myself as well. It's on our Instagram, I think also our Facebook, but Instagram's easier to scroll through, so go check that one out.
Now, I've got a couple more things I want to ask you about. I'm just going to check how we're going up there. How are we going for time, guys? Yeah, got a little while. Oh, perfect.
Well, lucky we can talk.
Yeah, we can talk underwater.
So you guys, you're following the footsteps to some extent, at least from a Geelong point of view, of Chrissy and Adelita. What is the role of women in music these days? Is it evolving? Is it different? What do you think?
It is evolving every minute, every hour of every day.
I think the one thing that most people come up and say to us, and you know, there's nothing wrong with this, it's just that with the women's movement and stuff going at the moment, there is such a big break in the industry for you girls, so I really believe in you. And I think like at the end of the day, when things like this are happening in the world, that it does open up a big opportunity for women, whether or not you believe in that or whatever. I hope that you guys support us on our journey. And if that really is true, then I hope that does help us find success as well.
We've also had a lot of people who've come up and said, you know, we've never seen many rock girls get up there and, you know, give it their all on stage. You know, we try to leave it on stage as much as we can, but to be a part of a movement that's very special and close to our hearts. You know, we're not just for the women, we're for the men.
We still love our men too.
We love our men and we love our trans and everybody who it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, we are for everyone. But obviously,
we hope our music translates
to everybody. But obviously, as women, we must represent that as well because that is who we are.
Of course.
And yeah, I think it's a great thing that's happening in the world right now. Everyone's stepping up and they're playing their part, especially the men too.
So we're talking to Sheridan and Lauren from Lash 78 who have just played just before a fantastic set of 8 or 9 songs. Steve Lucas on shortly, Little Murders a little later on. You mentioned your bum homeschooled you and I don't know, I could be wrong, but I kind of think when you have siblings who go into music together, they must come from a musical family. Did you guys grow up in a musical family? Is that a part of your history?
Yeah, so Dad plays a little bit of guitar and Mum, like I said, helped with our songwriting and can kind of sing a little bit too. But
Dad was also a manager at one point at a few local bands in Geelong as well.
I should also say our gran. Hi, Granny, if you're watching. She's probably not, but she'll watch it back. She also played guitar and sang, and that's where she met our pop, so that's really special to us. But a big influence was our uncle, who's my dad's best friend, Skeeny from the Poor. He used to get us into all the shows when we were younger. I remember being at
We were at Wasp.
Yeah, we were at Wasp at the Palais.
At the Palais.
And we fell asleep on the chairs. Like,
when Wasp played. We stayed up for the Poor, and as soon as Wasp started, we were out like a light. So I guess it's a compliment to Wasp too, because it is soothing, that kind of era of music that we
just sleep anyway.
What were we? We were like 8. I want to say 6 and 7. I think we were very young.
Have you ever thought of smacking out a cover of More One Way to Please?
Oh, I like your knowledge. I'm loving that.
We actually have done a cover of Poison. We at our EP.
Want it? I got it poison.
Love to sing, don't
yeah,
you?
I do. Come on, baby.
So when you were young, around your uncle, you're saying he was very musical, and the family, what bands did they play? What bands did you grow up listening to? Or artists?
As in that they had supported, or
no. When you were kids, what was playing in the lounge room on the record player?
Obviously AC/DC, because the Poor supported AC/DC, and Mum and Dad were at all the tours in Australia backstage. And
you've got like your Pink, Avril Lavigne, Foo Fighters.
One really big one for me is the Eagles. Dad got a DVD of Hell Freezes Over when we were very young, and he used to put it on like I reckon 3 times a week, and he would blast it in his Boss speakers, and it would just echo through the house when we were really young, and that is very special to us. So that's a band.
That's very hard to say because we're very diverse in the styles that we like.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to learn about harmonies, the Eagles are you can't go much further than the Eagles. They're fantastic, aren't they?
Exactly.
Incredible.
Just before we wrap it up, if people want to follow you, get involved, what are the socials? How do they find you? How do people find you?
We are Lash 78. All you have to do is search Lash 78 into Facebook, and we'll pop up hopefully first.
Also, Instagram is Lash 78 Music, and Spotify is Lash 78 as well. It's quite a unique name, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
And the EP is called Who, correct?
Yes,
and the title track is the single, correct?
Yep, exactly.
And that's out now too, so you can go and listen to that.
Yes, that's exactly right. We want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's watching online. You guys don't understand what you're doing for the industry, supporting artists, supporting labels, supporting venues.
You don't know how much we miss you here at the venues as well. We also want to say a massive thank you to Laneway and Musicland for having us. And if you haven't already, follow us and be a part of our family.
Yay.
Well, thank you very much to Sheridan and Lauren from Lash 78. Follow them, listen to their stuff, buy their stuff, and go and see them live when you can. We will have Little Murders on a little later on. They're brilliant. You're going to love them. And very soon, just setting up in the background, you can see behind us is the icon Steve Lucas, who will be playing some songs for us too. We'll be back very soon with Steve here at Laneway and Musicland.
Ooh, thank you.
life we lived and loved in vain. We fought for civil liberties. The lame were walk, the blind were gonna see. Lost the path along the way. You should never stray. We're gonna see the fabric of the life. Pay the price, and then on the chorus we go. Oh, too young, you're too young to know. You're too young to know. Yeah.
Can you just tell me when you can hear your guitar?
Oh, I can hear it. I can just have a little bit more. That's... It's good for me, I think. So, because I'm not going to really need Peter in the wedges. No. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to need Peter in the wedges, but I'll need I'll need some of the other Peter. Oh, we've got Peter bass and Peter drums. So bass would be good, but I won't be needing any drums. Well, I seriously doubt it.
Yeah.
And you can pull my vocal down a bit too, please, because it's... Yeah. You know nothing of the cost. God, it's early in the morning for that kind of shit.
Can I try the bass now, or is it
You're too young. You're far too young to know. Too young to know. Yep. And what?
And what's it like? All good?
Oh, yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah, well, I'll know for sure once everyone else is playing too, but it's a good place to start, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I better have the drum sound while you others are silent.
Yeah. Oh, and I've got to check the other guitar too, the resonator, because that's got a totally different sound. Fuck, it's a big kick, isn't it? He's getting some blue goo out. Hello, doggy, 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 dog, dog, dog. Well, just the acoustic sound of that's fucking huge up here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to need any of that in the fallback. Are you ready? That's why he said it's going to beware. It's going to take off. Are you ready? Yeah, there you go. We got to check this guitar too. Yeah, no, I've got this one sounding good, but I've got to get that on a separate send. So just another minute. Another minute or two, yeah. You're going to have to... Okay. No. I suppose I could have clicked the tuning pedal on. Okay, you can make it make a noise now if you like. Have you got it? Well, you should. Yeah. There we go.
How's that, Steve? Can you hear the mic?
Yeah, can you play a bit of bass, Pete? Do you want? Yeah, that one. Well, it's a bit loud. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Yes, you look vaguely familiar. Well, we needed to do a sound check, you know.
The vocal mic, please. On the bass player. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah.
Oh. Young to know, yeah. Yeah, just unison male chorus.
Hey, can you stop me, please?
Yep. And I need this guitar up now.
Can I have a drum vocal, please?
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check, 1, 2,
A little bit more.
check, check. I've got nothing.
You got enough?
2,
Oh, that's all right, so long as he's got enough.
2,
Okay. Need this guitar active because we've got to go to air,
check, 2.
apparently. You can bring my vocal down a little bit. Yep. 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Fire away. That old chestnut.
Good start, I'd say.
Well, can you turn the guitar on for me, Daz? 'Cause I'll need it. Thank you.
2-2, Gary. Gary, it's okay, mate. I've got a spare microphone here.
Hello? Yep, no, it works now. We're good. So we're good to go? We're on?
Can you hear me?
Could be up a bit more. Steve's guitar over here,
All right, good to go, guys. Nice. Welcome back to Musicland in Melbourne, and thank you again to Lash 78. Go and check them out online, follow them, buy their stuff, download their stuff. They're fantastic. We've got a real treat for you now. Steve Lucas is a legend of the Australian music industry as one of the founding members of X, and then has had a long career since then. Steve once said, songwriting is, at its simplest, is storytelling. And so we're about to witness a great storyteller here this afternoon. So enjoy this. Steve Lucas, live from Musicland, thanks to Laneway Music.
Very much.
Okay. Well, this is a story. This is a very simple story. If you don't understand this, I cannot help you. Baby, it's so much better now that we're so close together, moving to the beat, dancing cheek to cheek, and baby, it's so much better now that we're alone together. Turn the light down low. Well, from the radio, a voice says, oh, just caress but ask no question. No, no, no. No need to spend the night alone. Go, baby. It's so much better now that we're so close together. The wonder of your charms, melting in my arms. Oh, and baby, From the radio, the voice says, oh, and just caress me, ask no questions. No, 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 no need to spend the night alone. Oh, now just caress me, ask no questions. No, 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 no need to spend the night alone. I want you, I need you. I can't let you go. All right, simple love song that I wrote for my wife for an anniversary present. This one is not a simple love song. This is a complicated social critique. You know nothing of the cost. You cannot understand the loss. The sacrifices that were made. The life we lived and loved in vain. We fought for civil liberty, for freedom and equality. Rip the fabric of their lies. Sold our souls to pay the price. We thought the truth would set you free. The lame would walk and all the blind are gonna see. We lost the path along the way. From that path, you should never stray. You're too young, but you're too young to know. You're too young, you're far too young to know. This is an X song. It's one of the most, like, if anyone else, oh, I'm getting a little bit of a buzz in the bottom end there, in my, rattling in my cavities. This is, all alone. Sometimes you feel so all alone. All your friends, but no one's home. You feel so alone. It rains. Your clothes are soaking wet. Down to your last cigarette. Baby, it's not a winner yet. Sad days, girl, feel the pain. Sad days, girl, here it comes again, all alone. You feel so all alone. All your friends, but no one's home. You feel so all alone. Sad days, girl, feel the pain. Sad days, girl, here it comes again. It rain, your clothes are soaking wet. Down to your last cigarette. Baby's not a winner yet. All alone. Sometimes you feel so all alone. All your friends, but no one's home. Feel so all alone. Sad days, girl, feel the pain. Sad days, girl, here it comes again. Cool. Hey, can I have just a little bit more guitar now? The drums are very loud, even just acoustically up here. And that's not your fault. It's just, what a hell of a kid. No better. One, two. You think I know better? After all I have been and all I've seen, but I can't forget her. One I can't touch, I can't taste, but I dream so much emotion. What in the world has come over me? I need to be closer. So close I can't breathe, 'cause I believe she was for me. I feel such emotion. What in the world has come over me? I've been wearing my heart out right there. so no wonder. I bleed from the knees because I believe she was for me, but lately I'm out of my mind. Loving you so hurt more than you know. And I should have seen, I should have known that you would leave, that you would go. Oh, no. Baby, now, baby, now, now. Baby, I'm out of my mind. Loving you so hurt more than you know. I should have seen, I should have known. Yes, that you would leave, that you would go. But oh no, I should have seen it coming for me. I should have seen it coming for me, baby. Yeah. I should know better. I should know better to write a song with so many chords in it. It seems like 100 years ago, but it seems like yesterday. We lost Chris Wilson, a very dear friend. And I wrote this song for him, and later got to go to San Diego and record it with a bunch of people like he requested. So this is for Chris and the family. Well, I sought the truth in the bottle. I found trouble and strife. The devil's hand at the throttle. He spread me on to my life. I was old and bone weary, lost and alone, carried emptiness in me, and all hope was gone. But at the end of the day, it comes to what you believe. You don't like your choices, man, just pick up and leave. I wandered byways, I guess that I strayed, but I found me an angel. She took my hand and we prayed. Down to the river where the water runs wild and free. Let the cool pull of the current wash your weary body clean. Well, the first time that I saw her, she was all dressed in white, looking just like an angel there in the still of the night. She had the gift of salvation, the love of God in my heart. She asked, would you be saved, child? And I said, where do I start? I watched as rivers of wonder streamed from my eyes. I felt naked before her, all my sins and my lies. I was awed and I felt humbled and I fell to my knees. But she looked right on through me, said, do you believe? Take me down to the river, put your soul and mind at ease. Feel the power, feel the glory, set your troubled spirit free. Down to the river, put your soul and mind at ease. Feel the power, feel the glory, set your troubled troubled spirit free. Oh, I got glasses on. I would take it out. Okay, we got to do one more with this one, and then we're going to go over to the resonator. Ooh. Another simple. They're all simple songs. Life is simple if you let it. You know, you don't have to try too hard if you don't want to. It's not all cracked up to be working too hard. Let's see. There's more ways to win, babe, than more ways to lose. More ways of giving than you might choose. No point in crying. We know what's true. No point in denying. You know I love you. All that I want is you. All that I need, it's the truth. You're all I can see. Just you and me. There's no point in saying words aren't enough, but I'm here with you always, babe. Through good times and tough. Love is the reason. Faith is as well. And the doom naysayers, they can all go to hell. All that I want is you. All that I need, it's the truth. All I can see is on me. When the clouds are all shrouded, baby, skies turn blue. Through the long and the dark hours, this song's for you. Hold it in your heart, baby. Hold it within. You are a vision, sweeter than sin. And all that I want is you. All that I need, it's the truth. All I can see is you and me. It's, you know, it's a nice happy surprise when we get the ending right, because we only just played all these songs yesterday, so that was a welcome relief. Really interesting. Capo. Yeah. Excuse me while I finger around it. Vest pocket there. Yeah. Yeah. Did you notice? See, I got the guitar, I got the revolver,
gun guitar
And a
player.
matching capo to go. Yeah. It doesn't matter if I sound any good so long as I look sharp. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Rising tide just rolling by. I got minutes chasing miles outside my window, moving down the line. Rising tide ain't no friend of mine. Good times come and then good times gone, and it's hard for me to find which way the wind will blow. It changes all the time. Rising tides ain't no friend of mine. I brought the desert solitude. I brought the desert multitude. While you waited for me, well, I didn't think that I would see the grass so green. It's a beautiful thing. The sun will fall and the sun will rise, and it's hard for me to say just who'll be winning and just who'll be left behind. This rising tide ain't no friend of mine. Seasons come and then seasons gone, and it's hard for me to find a rhyme or reason why I'm not satisfied. Rising tide ain't no friend of mine. I walked for miles in other shoes. I sent mail for better news. And while you waited for me, well, I didn't think that I would see the earth so red. Well, I made up my bed. The ocean soldiered green, and I thought of all that might have been. And while you waited for me, well, I didn't think that I would see the sky so blue coming home to you. All I knew seems it's all untrue, and it's hard for me to find a decent answer. I'm running out of time. Rising tide, no friend of mine. My winter song, it's a long time gone, and it's hard for me to find a way the wind will blow. It changes all the time. Rising tide, no friend of mine. Rising tide, no friend of mine. Rising tide, no friend of mine. Can you turn? This is really loud in there. I can't. It's tearing my ear out. Just pull it down for me, please. Yeah. said my love for you is dead, babe. Oh, my love for you is dead and gone. My love for you is dead, babe. My love for you is dead and gone. Get your things together. Time you moving on. Yeah, I know that you're a good man, and a good man's hard to find. Yes, I know that you're a good man, yeah, a good man's hard to find. But I'm not sentimental, I've got a bad man on my mind. Well, take that shot of whiskey, it might help ease the pain. Yes, take that shot of whiskey and think of what I'm saying. Drink that whole damn bottle if it will help to ease your pain. Yes, good man's hard to find. Yes, I know you're a good man. A good man's hard to find. But I'm not sentimental, babe. I've got a bad man on my mind. Well, tell now, why would you do this? Why would you do this thing to me? Yeah, babe, why would you do this? Why would you do this thing to me? Oh, give me that bottle, babe. I'll share how bad a good man's love can be. Oh, that was a stretch. Oh, dear. Let's see. This is a song called Old Ben Putty. When I started getting into this kind of stuff, which I'm still very much a novice at, I thought, how could I write sort of bluesy kinds of songs if I wasn't feeling blue? And then I started looking back and thinking about people I've met over the years and their stories, and yeah, so I can draw from them if I can't draw from myself, like this. party. Your wife, she is up and gone. You sit there all day long, drinking in the sun. Leave that jug alone. Man party, I hear you put clothes on your lawn. Man party, I hear the foot closed on your lawn. Yeah, sit there all day long, drinking in the sun. Leave that jug alone. Gun. Hit it, when party, where you going to with that gun? You can't get nothing done. Sit there all day long, drinking in the sun. Your wife, she's up and gone. We'll leave that jug alone. Yourself to blame. No good news coming your way. You got yourself to blame. Good news come your way. No good news come your way. Oh, no, no good news come your way. No, no, no. Old Ben Putty. Funny old soul is he. This song is called Maybe You'd Be Mine, and it is self-explanatory. Do it. Oh, let's see. Well, if I could grow the grapes and I could press them, squeeze the wine, and maybe I'd intoxicate you, maybe you'd be mine. You would drink that cup of love and you'd be mine. If I could build a house, you know I'd make that house a home, and maybe you would live with me, I wouldn't be alone. With love, then call it home. If I could find the strength, I'd stop the hands of time, and you'd be mine forever, baby. Forever you'd be mine. If I could only stop the hands of time, and if I could find a voice to maybe I'd reach inside you and never part. Words touch your heart. could find the words and find a voice to touch your heart, yeah, maybe I'd reach inside you. That would be a start. If I could find the voice to touch your heart, if I could finally sleep, you know, of course I dream of you, and you would give me everything. I give everything to you. We'd be so in love and know it's true. Well, if I could find a way to break the shackles of your mind, well, maybe I'd liberate you. Maybe then you'd find you've never known a love as free as mine. If I'd find a way to release you from your past, well, maybe you would lay beside me, believing it would last. I could only free you from your past. Let's take it out. Think of all I'd like to say to you. You know I want to stay with you, girl. Think of all I'd like to give to you. You know I want to live with you, girl. We're getting there. How are we going for time? Keep going, okay. This is a friend of mine came back from Queensland once, many years ago, and they said, "I brought a present for you." Actually, it was an ex. And I said, "Oh, what was it?" It was a little penny rocket. You know, once you put the bottle in the light, they go, and that's it. And my daughter was about 4 years old. I said, you've got to see this, but you've got to pay attention because it's only going to happen once. I've only got one, and I let it went, and that was it. But I got this song out of it. One rocket have I, standing in a bottle, fire in the sky. I want your attention, catch your eye. My lovely rocket is all I could find, oh, it's all I could find. I'm saying, you light my fuse. No delaying what a rocket must do. Standing on a hillside when the night comes down, while the chance is still mine, I'm holding my ground. Oh, I suppose all I need is you should know that. right skyward, see my token of love. You should spy it in the heavens above. Don't deny it. If you did, I might die. Lovely rocket will light up the sky. I want your attention, catch your eye. This lovely rocket, it's all I could find. Oh, all I need is you should know this. 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 One lovely rocket. There you go. The song is called Dare to Be Different. And it's, I wrote this for my wife because she is unique. In a world full of diversity, she is still unique. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Love can be hurtful, babe. Leave you all lonesome and blue. So know in your heart of hearts that I'll always be true. You dare to be different. I love most of all. That's why I'm there for you, body and soul. Well, life can be oh so hard, capricious and cruel. But if I know anything, babe, you're nobody's fool. Yes, dare to be different. I love most of all. That's why I'm there for you, body and soul. Oh, my loving babe, devoted to you. No, in your heart of hearts, I'll always be true. Wherever I wander, wherever I fall, I know you'll be there for me, body and soul. Well, all of my side by side, now forever, babe. Body and soul. Yeah. So is that enough? That is it. Thank you very much. And good night from me and good night from him and him. Ciao.
Good night.
All good? We all good? Mike's not on? Yeah. It's not on. Okay, are we on now? Yes, we are. Great performance by Steve Lucas. Some fantastic songs there and stories. An absolute rock icon of Australian music. Now, Steve is going to come down here and we're going to have a chat. I'm looking at him right now, so he's going to meander his way over. Thank you for watching too. We really appreciate it. We're at Musicland in Melbourne. This is a live afternoon of music from Laneway Music. I'm Dan from Laneway Music. On behalf of Vince as well from Laneway, we thank you for watching. And what we'd like you to do is share your comments, make your comments on these artists. They're fantastic performances. Let them know what you think. Listen to their stuff, buy their stuff, follow them. When you can see them live, go and do it. They all play live outside of the COVID world, and go and see them and make sure you support them. And any artist too, for that matter too. It's been a long time between live music, and it's great to have a little bit of it back again. Here comes Steve, and I'm just going to get the mic. Now, one of these works, Steve, and one doesn't, so let's give that one a crack.
Mic number one, yes.
That one works. There we go. We got it right. Mate, you're an old hand at this live streaming performance during COVID. How many shows have you done in the last few weeks?
I've done 19.
19.
And two other ones that weren't weekly. Yeah, it started by accident. I was doing a thing for a mental health group called the Men's Club, and they couldn't hold their meetings, so they wanted to do an online thing. And I said, well, if you're going to do it online, it should include, well, everyone, even though it's a men's club. We're all people and we all share the same problems. So during one of them, someone said, this is fun, you should do it more often. I said, oh, yeah, I'll do a happy hour every week. And, well, people just kept saying, do it. So, yeah.
You're an expert at it now, aren't you?
I'm an expert at home when I'm sitting in my own lounge chair, just playing and not having to think about anything. And it's supposed to be very informal. You know, I drink half a bottle of scotch, you know, just to encourage people to relax.
Yeah, nice.
And myself to relax.
Of course.
But you do that for 20 odd weeks, and it's like playing with people again. Like yesterday was the first day we could get together and rehearse. And we had to pick the songs, get the sketch out the things and do them. So I was probably a lot more nervous here than would be if I was at home.
I might just swap mics with you for a sec, mate. You take this one. I'll take that one. And you have that one.
Yeah,
That's a
okay.
little bit better. You talked about being nervous a second ago. Watching you up there performing, you looked as comfortable as. You looked completely in your natural environment. Do you get nervous?
Yeah, always. I tell my kids, you know, because my son played in bands for a while before he got jack of it. And my daughter had quite a good run with the music before she took up writing professionally. But I always used to say, do you still get nervous? And I go, yeah. And they go, how come? I said, well, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong, you know. And, you know, people, they expect whatever they expect. And am I going to deliver? And the other thing, the truth of it is that it's kind of my litmus test. If the day I don't feel nervous about walking on, to me would be saying you don't care enough to do this anymore because you're blasé. You know, like if it's just another gig, just another whatever, then you know it's time to retire.
Yeah. We're talking to Steve Lucas, who's just played a fantastic show for us here at Musicland in Melbourne, which you can go back and watch if you've just missed it. Little Murders are in the background setting up. They'll be playing shortly for us as well. Steve, before your show, people didn't see this, I don't think, on the feed, but as you were doing a sound check, some bloke walked in and he's walked through the he's walked through the room. You're in the middle of sound checking, by the way. You're doing all the sound check and you're getting everything right. Everything, we've got to get it right. It's got to be. And this bloke's walked along, hands in the air, said, "Oh my God, it's Steve Lucas from X." And does that happen often to you? That sort of thing? Because you are a reasonably unique looking, like you're a striking looking guy.
It does happen. We were living in Sydney for a while, and I came back down here when my daughter was about 15. And, we were walking down Chapel Street, and a guy came up and went, "Oh my God, are you Steve?" And I went, "Yeah." And he actually got down and on his knees and kissed my feet. And my daughter's standing there going, "Does this happen all the time?"
Yeah, geez,
no, it doesn't happen all the time. But
it happens occasionally.
Not the kissing of the feet, but yeah, people, they know me, and I seem to be pretty approachable. I don't tell anyone to. But oh no, there it is.
Oh no, we're back. We're back.
If you're in the entertainment business on whatever level, if you're putting yourself on a stage and you're asking people to engage with you, you have to engage with them off stage as well. It's not two separate worlds.
Yeah.
Well, not for me. It's what I am off the stage is what I am on the stage. Sometimes I fall over, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I fuck up, sometimes I don't. So,
for a long time, I want to talk about one of the songs you played tonight. For a long time, you had a very, very, very long relationship with Chris Wilson.
Yeah.
And you played down at the River today.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Tell me about what Chris meant to you.
We just used to meet in bars, and because we played a lot of the same pubs and things. And one night I had written in my calendar that I was playing on a Thursday, but it was a Wednesday, and he was playing on the Thursday, and he came on the Wednesday to see me. But when I didn't turn up, he did my set. So I turned up on Thursday, and he was there to do his set. And I said, "Well, what are you doing here?" And he goes, "Well, I'm doing my set because you forgot to do yours yesterday." I went, "Oh, shit." And he goes, "But I'll tell you what, I did yours yesterday, so you can get up and do yours now." And, he came and played a few songs with me, and we just got to be friends. And he was best man at my wedding. And, you can get really close to someone. He'd get up and play with X, and he recorded on an album with me. It's just some people you really connect with. And you might not see him for years, but as soon as you reconnect, it's just like yesterday. And I always used to say I thought he was the best man that I ever knew, and he was kind enough to sort of say the same to me. And when he, I just thought I was going to die when he told me he had cancer, and there was no evading the final outcome. And so I was go out and visit him and sit with him through the palliative care whenever I could. And on the last visits, it was the very last visit, he said, "You should do Tejano music, Mexican music, all that passion and stuff." He said, "You'd be great at country and things like that." And so he gave me a cassette tape and said, "I want you to record, with real live Mexican musicians, I want you to record He'll Have to Go, When Next Teardrop Falls, and then two of yours." And so I said, "Well, what about these two?" Because I'd already written Down by the River and giving him a demo of it. And he said, "Yes, they'd be fantastic, I thought, well, Christ, now I've got to go, where am I going to find Mexicans? So I was originally going to go to Mexico, but the guy that was lining all that up just suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
San Diego's close, though.
And San Diego's close. And as it was, my wife knew Hector Penalosa from the Zeros, and he put me in touch with a bunch of people, and then I went over there, hooked up with them, went into Earthling Studios, and we just sat around in a forest of microphones and recorded the four songs live for Chris. And unfortunately, he died before I could give them to him. But Sarah and the kids, they loved it.
Nearly 2 years in January. Well, it's 2 years in January, and it feels like 2 months ago, really.
Well, I was thinking about the anniversary of the fundraiser we did for him, and that feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
It's still really raw.
So on a light note, though, so Chris filled in for you and you forgot a gig, you were just saying before.
Yeah.
Does this happen often? There might be something going on we need to talk about. Have you forgotten gigs often or not?
No, that was about the only time. I'm not one for cancelling gigs, and I'm not one for forgetting most. I didn't forget. I just wrote it in the wrong side of the diary. You know, and I wrote it on Thursday.
It's a very convenient excuse, I got to say.
Well, it's true, and Chris was great. I mean, that was at the Punters Club, and that's where he met Sarah, that he, you know, his partner and mother of their two sons, Fen and George. And you know, doing the benefit thing with them. The last song we did was that Bee Gees song, "To Love Somebody."
Yeah.
And that was, you know, like
not dry in the house.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
Steve, you were quoted some time ago as saying songwriting. I said this before. Songwriting is storytelling at its most simple. Well, you said, I'm paraphrasing. You said words to that effect.
Yeah.
And I'm in the midst of watching The Crown at the moment with my wife. She's mad for it. I'm okay for it. And there was an episode the other night where the Queen was talking to Prince Philip, and Prince Philip talked about how every parent has a favourite child, which I don't think is true, by the way. But as a songwriter, do you have a favourite song? Is there one of your songs you go, you know what, that one is really special for whatever the reason might be?
Well, that'd have to be Don't Cry No Tears.
Yeah.
Followed by Sad Days Girl, and that new one I did tonight, Dare to Be Different. But Don't Cry No Tears, I wrote that for after Ian Cray, the original guitarist from Next, died, and I wrote that as a chance to say goodbye. And since then I've sung it at so many funerals, too many funerals. Sang it at lobbies.
That's a beautiful song. I thought you might say that one because it's it's a stunning song. It's so emotive, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Everyone expects. Well, I've been every happy hour I've done for the last 19 weeks. That's the final song because that's the one that people really love. Yeah. Because I think everyone can relate to how difficult it can be letting go of a loved one or coming to terms with the grief, loss, you know, and it doesn't have to be death. There are plenty of things to grieve about or to hurt about.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's, you know, a consolation, you know, it's like, okay, you've lost it, but I'm still here, you know, still love you. It's affirmative without being a sort of new age affirmation kind of thing.
Yeah, makes sense. We're talking to Steve Lucas here at Musicland Melbourne. Little Murders are setting up in the background. Look, a couple of things I just want to touch on with you.
Sure.
Watching you up on stage tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say, "Oh, music's a young person's game," and the younger generation, and so on and so forth. And of course, that's a part of it. But your voice still, and you've put your voice through some hell over the years. Yeah. But your voice still sounds fantastic. It's held up beautifully.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you feel you're singing better than ever?
Yeah. Well, I think I've reached the apex, right? You know, last few years it's been going from strength to strength to strength, but now I'm noticing some of the higher notes are a little bit more of a reach. And I was saying to a fellow the other day who wants to produce an album for me, I said, it'd be a really important album because this is where my life is going to start changing because I'm not going to be screaming my head off, you know, and gargling gravel and spitting out lava.
Those days are gone?
Well, they're not gone, but they'll be
tempered.
Timed, you know, like to really make the point. But yeah, I mean, nothing lasts forever, and to be doing this now, I thought I've been living on borrowed time for 40 years now, but I'm not going to complain.
Well, the voice sounded fantastic, mate.
Thank you.
I thought it was a ripper. Look, just before we wrap up, yesterday, Friday, was Oz Music T-shirt Day.
Yeah.
Oz Music T-shirt Day raises money for Support Act, which is a charity. It's a wonder.
They are good.
It's an organisation that I know is very close to your heart, and it's a hugely important organisation. And you look at what's going on with live music. The musicians, sure, they've suffered, but the roadies, the crew, these guys, they go from gig to gig. They don't have superannuation. They can do it. They can do it really tough, and it's been a very hard year. I want to know from you what Support Act as an organisation means to you.
Oh well, when I had my spinal trauma and my left leg was paralysed. I couldn't do anything, and Support Act came to my aid. They helped me with money towards an operation. They helped me pay some bills, and I've been trying to pay them back ever since. So yeah, I'll champion their cause and promote it as much as I can, because they are genuine, and they've just managed to expand their category to help cover, theatre and stuff like that. Everything has been affected by COVID with the whole entertainment industry. A lot of people can be pretty cynical about charities and things like that. But everyone that I've spoken to there is just 100% genuine. They're not in it for a rort. They're not in it to look good. They're in it because they really do give it a shit.
Yeah, and Support Act is not just about Oz Music T-shirt Day. You can go to their website, just Google them, they're online.
Yeah.
And you can donate anytime you want, even if it's $10, $20. It's fantastic.
And it's tax deductible if you earn enough money to be taxed.
Oh, well, that's exactly right. It's a government charity, so they can get the tax deductible status. Steve, a fantastic show today. We really enjoyed it. It was a real treat, and I'd love to see you playing. As I say, the voice is holding up beautifully. Sad Days Girl, a real highlight for me. Brilliant song, love it. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you very much for having me.
Steve Lucas here today at Musicland in Melbourne. We're going to take a break for a moment. We're going to be back very soon with Little Murders. You're in for a real treat again.
They're good. I know them. They're nice people.
Thank you very much for doing it.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hey.
I haven't seen you in ages.
I've got a total mental thing. Hey, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I don't
okay.
recognise you. Your hair.
Yeah, I know.
Bloody hell. I was thinking, hang on, you're
It's
taller and you got
yeah.
more hair.
I'm the taller of them.
How you going? You well?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm glad I got here.
Hey?
I'm glad I got here.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be able to come, but...
Oh, no, it's good you're here.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are really good. These guys are really good.
They should be.
Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
How's that for fallback?
1, 2.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming from over that side. It's like coming from here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now I can hear it. Can you hear it?
Whoa,
1.
Yeah.
You can turn him down a little bit from that one.
1, 2.
Sounds fun.
Yo, hey.
1, 2. Uno, due. 1, 2, 1, 2. Uno, yeah, 1, 2. That's it. Thank you. 1, 2. Yep.
Yep. Hey, 2, yeah. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Check it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's because yeah, that's it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Hello, 1, 2. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's good. Cool.
What about this guy? What about the guy? Yeah. That's the guy at the back. Yeah. 2, 2, yeah. Oh yes. Check. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hello. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Not really.
I need you to stay as low as you can on stage because I need to put the band up so the mixing gets behind me so they get some recordings. You're fine, mate. That's all right. Back up. You got to hear it. You can hold that if you want as well. Just a round of the drums because I should be set up with the last guy apart from the snare. Thank you very much.
I'm just going to do a right here. I'm going to get out of your way, and I'll leave you guys to do the magic. Let's go straight into it. Yeah, okay. Hey? Good to go? All right. Welcome back. We're at Musicland in Melbourne, Laneway Music Live, doing a virtual concert this afternoon. We've had Lash 78, who are fantastic. We've just seen Steve Lucas play a fantastic show. And now a band who, in the late 70s, early 80s, were huge, particularly in Melbourne. They were fantastic. They're a brilliant live band. You're going to love them. If you've seen them live, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, settle back on the couch, enjoy this. This is Little Murders, and they're awesome.
Waking up to the sound of the footsteps in the hall. I can't sleep and I can't read. I can't talk and I can't breathe. I wake up tired each and every day. When I'm awake wired. White line on a black day. White line on a black day. Come on. When the car backs away, where I always wanted to be, on the floor of my hands and knees, at the end of the century. I wake up tired every day, and I'm always wired. It's a white line on a black day, white line on a black day. Well, come on, oh, why don't we negotiate? Well, come on, girl. We don't have to fight away. A white line on a black day. A white line on a black day. A white line on a black day. A white line. But I remember meeting you on last Saturday night. Well, I remember remember touching you. You said it was alright. Long days and summer nights and the things we said today. And in the car outside, hoping we were late, and we sing, things will be different. Well, it's bound to change. Things will be different. Well, ain't my love, ain't it strange? 2, 3, 4. So 2 and 2 and 4, I rode the merry-go-round. Well, they park in Tuesday evening, everything's so quiet. What happened yesterday when I heard you make some call? Well, I watched you rise, my love. I watched you pour away, sing. Things will be different. It's bound to change. Things will be different. But ain't my love, ain't it strange? So many different girls, but they all look the same. But I'd give it all to you if we go back again. Living in the suburbs, babe, not hot for Saturday night. Well, I remember touching you, waiting for the night of wasting. Things will be different. It's bound to change. Things will be different. Well, ain't my love, ain't it strange? I'll tell you what I need you. Ain't my love, ain't it strange? Love is a fire. Ain't my love, ain't it strange? I'm coming down. I heard them say we didn't stand a chance. We fooled ourselves in thinking it's romance. And all the time they laugh behind our backs. But pretty soon the mask begins to crack. Come on, kiss me with your lips, and you can touch me with your fingertips, 'cause I'm yours. There's a certain looks towards your eyes, but it shrugs it off when it's all been through it twice. Well, the night will drop tonight, and turn your pretty colours black and white. Come on, kiss me with your lips, and you can touch me with your fingertips, 'cause I'm yours. I'm yours. Come on and kiss me. Well, now it seems so close, this fluttering heart. But I'm reaching out, but I don't know where to start. Little murders mean so much to me. Oh, but tonight it's you I wanna see. Come on, kiss me with your lips, and you can touch me with your fingertips, 'cause I'm yours. But I'm yours. Take me, baby, 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 I'm yours. I'm yours, baby.
Okay, it's good to be here at Laneway, Musicland, Laneway, Musicland. To get it mixed up, okay. Those two last two tracks are from our new album, which is a live album, and this track is Weird Little Murders. Forgot to introduce. This new track is from our last album, which came out just before COVID, didn't it? Not so long ago. So this is from Dramana Rama. It's called Memory Sky.
Well, the bells of the city will ring all night, and the sounds of the street will sing all night. The lungs of the sing all night, and everyone's feeling alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be where the light almost shines. Your hand holding mine under memory sky, what a rambling on. Because the lights of the city will shine all night, the streets of the cribs of the world all night, and the boys and guitars and the garbage light. Everyone's feeling alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be where the light almost shines. Your hand holding mine under memory sky, but I'm rambling on. Because the bells of the city will sing all night, and the shouts of the girls and the funny lights, and the girls play guitar, northern lights, and everyone's feeling alright. Yeah, everyone's feeling alright. Yeah, everyone's feeling alright. Yeah, everyone's feeling alright.
Okay, it's a bit hard after 8 months of not playing.
I know.
Okay, this next song is called Whatever I Like About You. I don't know, whenever I think. It's 24 hours from London. I should read my own set list. 24 hours from London, flying through the big sky, learning about tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes, and I want you to let me know if we're through, and I can go. Plenty of nothing in my pockets, and my shoes are worn out to their very soul. But I'm still new and I'm still waiting. Well, there's 16 hours in Soho, sitting in my hotel, looking out my window to the streets below, and I want you to let me know if we're through, and I can go. Plenty of nothing in my pockets, but I've been stood there to the very soul. But I'm still here and I'm still waiting. Down the street at midnight, standing on the corner, waiting for tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes, and I want you. Let me know if we're through, and I can go. Plenty of nothing in my pockets and my shoes, worn out to their very soul. But I'm still here and I'm still waiting. Plenty of nothing in my pockets and my shoes are worn out to their very soul. But I'm still here and I'm still waiting. 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 Say thank you, but thank you very much. Okay, we all right? You need to take your jacket off, anything there, buddy? You all right? Okay. I just wish I could wear a jacket on stage, but I just get too hot. This one is called Whenever I Look at You, the one I was talking about before. Whenever I look at you, oh, something deep inside, it gets a hold of me. And these feelings I can't hide. When I turn around and mist around and walks out to my soul. Whenever I look at you, and whenever you're close to me, it's just a beat, beat, beat of your heart that takes you away from me. And I don't know where to start. I'm satisfied, crucified, left outside your door whenever I'm close to you. When I'm a one-man girl on a Saturday night with my head all full of glue, whenever I look at you, and whenever I speak to you, well, the words come tumbling out and I can't seem to make no sense. My heart is full of doubt, but I'm satisfied by colors by coincidence of mine whenever I speak to you. When I'm a one-gone daddy on a Saturday night with my head all full of glue, baby, I'm in love with you. Well, she was the one, but now she's gone. Left me inside beside myself so long. But I walk the streets just up and down, still searching for my soul. Well, I got no place I look to, and I got no place to go. Well, I don't believe in yesterday. I guess I just don't know, but baby, I'm in love with you. So, thank you. This next song is an old one of ours from 1981. It was a single. It just come out. I'm almost stumbling over my words here. Just come out in England on a box set of mod revival stuff. So there you go. For my mod days, this is called She Lets Me Know. Well, baby looks good. Well, she looks alright. But I'm gonna see her tonight. Oh, 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 oh. Well, she lets me know there's no mistake. Well, I don't think twice. I know the feeling's so right. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, she lets me know. And I love her. And I want her. And I call her on the phone. And I need her. Really need her. And she knows her way back home. Well, she don't talk down. She treats me right. Well, sometimes her hold is too tight. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, she lets me know when we're talking and when she moves. Well, I know that I never lose. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, she lets me know. And I love her. And I want her. And I call her on the phone. And I need her. Really need her. And we're never alone. And I tell her just to be there. My God, it's always gold. I love her so. Okay, my voice was a lot higher back then, I think. Woo. Maybe we should change the key one day. No, but this one is from our new album, Dramarama. This one's called Wait. He's going to change guitars.
The guitar hanger.
Where's our guitar roadie? Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
It's the guitar hanger.
It's the state of worship. Yeah, so last time we played was back in March the 1st, I think it was.
Yes.
And that's 8 months ago. I was counting the other day. 8 months.
Yes.
It's a long time, but it's good to be playing live again. It feels so...
4 years ago, it feels.
4 years ago. It feels so good. This is called Wait. It's a single as well on a 4-track EP. Wait until the time is right. Wait until we see the northern lights overhead and overbright. If you wait until I bring you home. I will never leave you all alone. Oh my God, I wish that you would wait. It's gonna take a little while. I want us to see you smile tonight. 'Cause everything will be alright if we wait until the morning comes. And it'll be the only one tonight. And everything will be alright. I will swim the ocean and the 7 seas if you would only bring your love to me. It's gonna take a little while. I really wanna see you smile tonight, but everything will be alright, right? Wait until the morning comes. Let me be the only one tonight, but everything will be alright if we wait. But if we wait, but if we wait, and if we wait, oh yeah. That was called Wait. As I said, Wait a lot of times reminds of that song by Bill Withers. Ain't No Sunshine. Remember? Oh no, it's a very long time ago. I was a kid then. All right, this next song is 100 Drugs. This is from 1985. We have a long history. Dreaming of the past, but all the memories cannot last, and all the fools that stick around. When she is lost, I will be found. For making out you don't know, even though all she needs 100 drugs, 100 times she'll fade away. Well, all she needs 100 drugs, 100 times she'll fade away. Well, now she's climbing down the stairs.
100 drugs.
She gets down, I won't be there.
100 drugs.
'Cause that's the way that it has to be.
100 drugs.
But her mistakes are killing me. Making out she don't know, but even though all she needs 100 drugs, 100 times she'll fade away. Well, all she needs, oh yeah, 100 drugs, 100 times she'll fade away. Up, up. 100 times she'll fade away. 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 Away. 100 times she'll fade away. 100
100 times she'll fade away. 100 times she'll fade away. 100 times she'll fade away. Did I finish too early? I don't know. Did I? I don't know. Did we go too long? We're just jamming on the last bit there. Chirpy, yeah. I'm not introducing the band yet. I could now, actually, in the middle of this song. But this next song reminds me of exactly where we are now with Musicland, because obviously all the guitars and the rubber sole posters around the corner, which is where I used to DJ a long time ago. So, this is called Rock Academy. When I got to the Rock Academy, she was standing to the left of me. Her eyes were bright, but the room was dark. The band was playing, the drinks were boiled, and the world's first Bluetooth portable tape deck was playing some shit from '76. My heart was rocking, I was rocking, but I turned around, she was leaving. Oh, when I got to the 21st century, I could tell she'd be the one for me. I ain't got time for no guarantees. The music brings me to my knees, and the world goes through the portable tape deck, playing some shit from '76. The world was rocking, I was rocking, but I turned around, she was leaving. Well, I don't know when we'll get together, no, I don't know when we'll get together. I don't know when we'll get together, but it's alright. It's alright, alright now. Let's bring it down a bit. Okay, I use this special time now to introduce the band, even though I've got a few songs to go, but it's the placing where you put it. So we got here on guitar, Jock, Andrew Royale. No one's got a clap. On guitar, on bass guitar we have Mr. Bruce Minty. On drums we have Chirpy Sean Lahar. And on lead guitar we have Mr. Rod Hayward. I'm Rob Griffiths. Just in case. I went back to the Rock Academy. I see her waiting there for me. Her eyes were bright, but the room was dark. The band was playing and the drinks were poured, and the world's first portable tape deck playing some shit from '76. Well, the world was rocking, I was rocking, but I turned around and she was leaving. Well, I don't know when we'll get
together. No, I don't know when we'll get together. I don't know when we'll get together. It's alright, but it's alright now. Okay, this next song, Bruce, do you want to tell them how much you miss Japan? You go and tell them how much you miss Japan, because this song's all about Japan. 52 bands. What do you mean you never listened to the lyrics? Well, so I'm nowhere near the new Bob Dylan, eh?
But it wasn't written before
Never
Japan. Was
listened
it
to
written
the
before
lyrics.
Japan?
This one's called 52 Bands. It's about a night out at a place called The Loft in Shinjuku. And they had 52 bands in 2 nights. It was fantastic. This song's out. Put this one out for the Fadeaways and Gorilla and Fifi. Shall we go? Who's starting it? We're the best guitars and the rockin'est groups, and we're all living on a Saturday group. I didn't want to stay, I didn't want to go. 52 bands at a rock and roll show. Leather boots, October girls, rocking all night in a guitar world. I didn't want to stay, I didn't want to go. 52 bands at a rock and roll show. And when I'm down, I want to get high. And when I'm down, I wanna get so high. Sell my house, sell my car, get me back to the Japanese bar. I don't wanna stay, I don't wanna go. Everyone's playing at a rock and roll show. And when I'm down, I wanna get high. And when I'm down, I wanna get so high. Well, sell my house, sell my car, get me back to the Japanese bar. I don't wanna stay, I don't wanna go. There's 52 bands at a rock and roll show. 52 bands at a rock and roll show. 52 bands at a rock and roll show. 52 bands. Okay, that's a single. Actually, a lot of these are singles. Got a lot of singles in all our time. This one's from the single we put out in 1995 called Too Many Times. Not to be confused with anything by Mentals Anything, whose autographed picture is just outside the toilet. No, actually around the other side. Okay, here we go. This is Too Many Times. Well, when I was laying in a Panama bed, a rock and roll dreams going to my head, painting my heart, painting my shoes. Now I'm walking around with a rock and roll blues. And look how good the factory got to me. I haven't had a drink since 1963. Look at my heart, look at my soul. When I'm walking around with the factory blues. Too many times, too many times. Too many times, too many times. Well, she was dancing and she danced to me, dancing to the beat of 1963. I said, right on the street, they gave me the blues. Now I'm walking around with a rock and roll blues. Too many times, too many times, too many times, too many times. I don't want anyone to see the kind of hurt you're giving me. Wanna tell ya? see the kind of hurt you're giving me. Wanna tell you now, too many times, too many times, too many times, too many times. One more time, too many times, too many times, too many times, too many times, too many times. Sugar Plum. Okay, we got two albums out at the moment. One called Tomatorama, one called Live in '81. This is Dancing Away from the other one. Dancing Away. This mentions seminal Melbourne band Boys Next Door, of course, Nick Cave. Personal friend of mine. No. Well, I met her at the beat club. We danced away the night. The boys next door were playing, and the sound it seemed so right. But you and I have been through too much in 2 short years. Too much we've been together. Through all these tears, keep on dancing, dancing away. Oh, keep on dancing, dancing away. Whenever we're together, well, there's nothing to say, 'cause we keep on dancing, dancing away. And now the empire's fallen, invaders everywhere, well, somebody shoots their mouth off, somebody just don't care. But if the boys and girls say, oh, well, we can soon go home, you know they'll find us dancing, and dancing all along. We keep on dancing, dancing away. Oh, we keep on dancing, dancing away. Whenever we're together, well, there's nothing to say. We'll keep on dancing, yeah, yeah, dancing away. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're dancing away, dancing away, dancing away. We're dancing away, dancing away. 'Cause we're dancing away, dancing away. Yeah, we're dancing. Yeah, we're dancing. Yeah, we're dancing. Okay, I think my voice has got 2 more songs before it utterly dies on me. So let's do an old Who cover to keep in track with our modern origins. It's called The Kids Alright. I don't mind all the ghosts dancing with my girl. Oh, that's fine. I know them all pretty well. But I know sometimes I must get out in the light. Better leave her behind. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. Well, sometimes I feel I gotta get away. Well, bells chime. I know I gotta get away. 'Cause I know if I don't, I'll go out of my mind. leave her behind. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. I know if I go, things will be a lot better for her. I had things planned, but the folks wouldn't let her. Well, sometimes I feel I gotta get away. Well, bells chime, I know I gotta get away. 'Cause I know if I don't, I'll go out of my mind. Better leave her behind. The kids are alright. Oh, the kids are alright. Don't mind, I think I'll dance it with my girl. Well, that's fine, I know they know pretty well. But I know sometimes I must get out in the line. Better leave her behind. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. The kids are alright. Okay, we're going to leave you one last song. This one's called Train. It's the last song of Dramana Rama, which we made with great pleasure at Audrey Studios with Mr. Craig Pilgington producing at the last year. And so we just changed the guitar here. And Rod's managed to keep his jacket on the whole way through, which I greatly admire. Must be getting hot. I was going to take my waistcoat off, but then I've become a big white thing. Not big, medium. Okay, so we're just going to rock out one last more. We've got a lot of rock. They're all asking each other what key it's in. So bears well. Luckily, it's only got 3 chords, so if you hear one that goes a bit astray, we'll be able to pick out the culprit straight away. He just asked, what's the second chord? Are you playing G to D? Is that what we're doing? Sounded like a US president. Are we playing G to D? Dodgy lead. This is called Train. I don't want to live on sympathy. Well, I don't want to live on hope. I don't want a 50-foot woman. Well, I don't think that I could even cope. My love is like a train coming round the bend. I don't want to make my mind up. God knows many times I've tried. I don't see much of the future. I can't count the times I've seen you lie. My love is like a train coming round the bend. It's been broken too many times. I don't want your honesty. I just want a bit more of your time. My love is like a train coming round the bend. It's coming round the bend. But it's coming round the bend. But it's coming round the bend. Watch out, here it comes. Here comes the train, right here. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, and good night if you catch it up in different countries around the world. Or good morning, arigato. I can't do anymore. Sayonara. Thank you.
Are we on? We're on. Little Murders here at Musicland and on the Laneway Music live stream show this afternoon. I think we've given up ended just in time before Rob's voice is given out. Well, not that it sounded that way, Rob, but I'm going off what you told us. Rob's going to come up here. We're going to have a bit of a chat in a second. And just while he makes his way over here, again, thank you to Lash78 and also to Steve Lucas. Fantastic earlier on. As we've been saying all day, listen to their stuff online, buy it offline, download it, go and see these guys live. Go and see any band live. It's been a long time for a lot of these guys to play live, before they played live, since they played live. So we want to make sure we get out and support them as best we can. Just no, we'll move. Here's the other one over here. That one there. There we go. That one should work.
Check in 1, 2. That's quite loud.
So Rob, you look like you're having a ball up there.
Oh, look, it's fantastic to actually play on stage once more. You know, like it's been so long.
8 months.
You know, I've been stuck in the garage for so long playing to myself. But, you know, to actually be on stage with the band, rocking out, it's just fabulous.
And is your wife happy to have you out of the house?
I think she's at a birthday party today anyway. So she's at her 50th.
She's probably having
Happy birthday, Odette, if you watch it.
But she's probably having a great time. Now, you seem to have a bit of a fixation with Rod's jacket. Now, what's that all about? You don't like him wearing the jacket for the whole show?
Oh, no, I like the jacket. I feel envious. I can't wear a jacket for the whole show. You know, I just get too hot. You know, I like to look cool. You know, I've tried wearing suits and stuff like that. And I just get so hot. So, you know, I don't know how bands can go on stage and wear all those clothes. If bands like Tism, how did they do that with all that silver fall on their face?
What about, Tism? Well, they did. They had everything. Their faces totally covered up.
Well, just, you know, any band that can wear clothes, you know? I mean, you know, if I wasn't too precious about myself, I'd probably wear shorts and thongs, but, you know.
Well, you could take inspiration from the early Chili Peppers when they got their kit off and played with only a sock strategically placed.
Yeah, but I've got these socks from Uniqlo, so they're too small. They're too thin. They wouldn't bulk me up.
I read something just a little while ago about, it was actually footballers, and they were talking about how early on this year when COVID shut all the sports down, they were talking about how when they played without a crowd, they found that enormously difficult. And what they also found was, it showed them how important the crowd was. You guys are a really high energy band, and playing in this environment, fantastic, and it was terrific. But do you miss a crowd?
Look, when we play live, we miss a crowd. So, you know, like, look, we love it when there's people there. I mean, you get energy off each other. So, you know, when we have, you know, a nice turnout, it's fantastic. The what you call it, inner thing between me and the crowd. But, you know, we play to small amounts too, but we still do the same thing. So
we still got people there feeding off that energy.
Oh, look, feeding. I mean, I talk a lot about Japan and when we did the tour there. I did a tour last 2 years, one with Little Murders, one with The Fiction, and just when you start a gig, they come right to the front of the stage, right at the beginning of the show, and it's just amazing. It'd be, you know, And last time I played again, I think they all came to the front there. That was in Melbourne, and it was such a shock to have everybody so close so quickly. And it doesn't matter about the size if everybody's into it. You can have 20 people. So I see these things about 20 people. You got 20 people and they're really into it. It's fantastic.
So I want to know more about Japan. So you guys, how does it happen that a band from Melbourne can go to Japan and do a tour? How does that work?
Well, I went over there in 2017 and I went to a place called Poor Cow, which was in, yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. Shimikimasawa. Anyway, I met some of the people there, and the guy that owns the bar, Fifi, he knew Little Murders, and I signed some records and stuff. And he introduced me to guys from bands called Fadeaways and Gorilla. And from there, I went back again to the Halloween Ball, which I wrote that song 52 Bands about. And I met more people and more bands. And then we just formulated this idea, why don't Little Murders come? Because a lot of people knew Little Murders were. I mean, I wasn't really aware that Little Murders were known around the world, but as lately it's been exploding with, we know there's people all around the world that actually know our stuff. And, like when we put out records now, we sell to Finland and Poland and one of those, not Afghanistan, the one below it.
No, but gee, seriously? I've got no idea.
Anyway, so it was fantastic. But Japan is just an amazing experience.
So 52 bands about the Halloween Ball. Is that a literal thing? Was there 52 bands on the Halloween Ball?
Yeah, I think it was. I didn't count, but it was like 52.
It was basically a bucket load of bands.
Yeah, so you get 20. We played there last year with my band, The Fiction, and you get 20 minutes on, and when you finish your 20 minutes, there's a band starting in the other room. So that goes from 3 o'clock on Saturday to about 5 in the morning on Sunday, and then the band start again on Sunday afternoon. Huh. It is the most amazing. So we supported the Mummies. You know the Mummies?
No.
Great band. It's all garage rock, but it's just so exciting,
So you talk about bands. Talk about you guys having some fans around the world. You're on a compilation in the UK at the moment, mod compilation, which I know you're really excited about. Why is that exciting? Tell me about that.
Well, because to see Australian bands like the Mod Revival thing, the bands in Australia are just really good bands. We had some great bands like us and the Sets and 515. They're not on it, but the Sets are on it, and Little Murders. It's just it's an acknowledgement that we put out great records then, and. Because it came out at the same time as it came out in a TV show in America as well. So
there's the Netflix show, yeah?
Yeah, I'm Not Okay With This.
How does similar question, how does a band from Melbourne get a song, She Lets Me Know, on the soundtrack to a Netflix show around the world? That's fantastic.
Well, it's I got a friend who's a publisher. We got a publisher over in New York called Lovecat Music, and they handle our kind of getting our music into shows. Yeah, so I mean, he heard about us. I met up with him last year, and he's telling us that we got a kind of Kinks edge to us. That's why he liked us in the first place. And so last year I recorded in Los Angeles with a guy from Sparks. You know Sparks, El Mankey.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just there's a band over there called the Eddies that really love Little Murders. It's sometimes you've just got the right person who likes the band, and they pass it on. And it's like any rock and roll, it's lucky.
It's fantastic.
You just got to be so lucky.
I want to ask you about your first song. So for a lot of bands, when they release their first single, well, not when they look back on their first single and they were kind of feeling their way and they go, oh, geez, that was the first one. It's a bit rough around the edges, whatever. You guys came out with Things Will Be Different first, and it was a banger. It was a great pop rock song right out of the blocks. And I know you guys I know the Fiction have been around, but it was very different to the Fiction. It was not completely, but it was kind of different.
Yeah.
But your first song was a ripper. Do you, now that it's 40 years old, do you look back on that song with enormous fondness?
Oh yeah, look, I've played it hundreds of times, but I do. It's we re-recorded it in 1984 as well. There's a different version around which is really good too. Yeah, very fond of it. It's like I wrote it at the end of the Fiction when we were going a little bit mod. I think we were. We started wearing suits on stage, and then we broke up. So
it was a really different sound, wasn't it, to the Fiction?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wasn't as maybe not as punk. Not punk. Punk's the wrong word. Fiction.
Well, we were punk, but we were more that kind of Buzzcocks, undertones. We're in that vein. That's where I came from, and we were a punk band, but we also did Trogs covers and We even did a Monkeys cover in The Fiction. So we were, we used to play our demo tape to people, and a lot of time we were so much lighter than the other punk bands in Melbourne. Boys Next Door and the Negatives and
Birthday Party.
Yeah, they were a bit later.
Yeah.
They were 80s. We were a full-blown mod band by then, so we supported them. So it was.
Tell me about the Jam. Obviously, it's a band who you've got a fondness for, yeah?
I love the Jam, yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Jam.
And so you played with, well, not with the Jam, as in...
From the Jam.
Yeah, from the Jam in, I don't know, 2009 or 8.
That's
or
right,
something,
2009, yeah.
So how'd that come about? How do you get a support gig with the Jam, essentially the Jam?
I sent their manager an email.
Oh, you sent an email and said, hey, we want to play with you guys?
Yeah.
And what did he say? Yes?
Yes. No, he did. He said, oh, look, that sounds interesting. And no, I got the phone call I think it was 24 hours before or 2 days before. They said, some guy rang up and said, hey, listen, do you want to support From the Jam in Melbourne? Because if I saw there was nobody supporting them, because for a long time it was, the TBA thing. So I just get in touch, it's worked kind of well for me. I don't mind getting in touch with bands. If I really like a band, I'll send them a message. And,
well, what's the worst thing I can say? No?
That's right, yeah. So
give it a go.
So we've caught a few from those as asking.
Yeah.
Some quite big punk bands, and because our heritage is punk, mod, and power pop, really. So
yeah.
So we've played some really good bands.
Who's your favourite support gig of all time you played with one of those big ones?
The favourite support gig I've ever played all time, of all the big ones. Gosh.
Name drop someone for us.
I don't.
Have we got a fave?
No, From the Jam were really, really good.
Yeah.
But I think Paul Collins, The Beat, was a great support down at the Tote. Los Chicos we played with one night. There's so many good bands, that's what I miss seeing bands and playing with bands. You just see some fantastic bands, and Melbourne's got some great bands too. The Cha Cha Chas I'm particularly favoured too, and the Pink Tiles. I just love music, really. So,
well, the great thing is we can go out and see them all again pretty soon now.
Well,
We're
I hope
starting
so too.
to open up. So.
I'm dying for it.
I know. It's been a long time. So
I'm gonna have to train myself a bit more. That's a bit. You forget that. You gotta. I don't know. Do some vocal exercise, I think.
Well, and maybe at some point you might be able to wear a jacket like Rod did through the whole show.
Nah.
That would be good.
No, I would faint.
Yeah, but maybe.
I'd collapse.
Rob Griffiths from Little Murders, we appreciate you playing today. It's fantastic. It was a great show. We really loved it. It was really, really good. And we thank you for coming when your wife's at a 50th birthday or 60th, but whatever it was.
Not her birthday.
Oh,
a friend Odette.
I understand,
Yes.
but you've torn yourself away from her for the birthday, so we appreciate that very much. Little Murders, where can people go and get your stuff? All over the normal platforms and.
Well, yeah, it's all on Spotify and all those ones. We're on Bandcamp. We release them through Off the Hip Records, so we're everywhere.
So go and listen to it.
We're everywhere but nowhere, which
Sure.
is that's a song. Everywhere but nowhere. I don't know.
Rob, thanks for playing this afternoon. We
Thank
really
you very
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
That's just about it from Musicland here in Melbourne. Just want to thank Lash 78 who played earlier. They were fantastic. Steve Lucas was brilliant, and Rob and his band Little Murders just sensational. You can hear all of those guys all online. Stream them, download them when they're playing live again. Go and see them live, and go and see other bands live too. And just make sure we support the music industry. It's been too long. We've all missed it, and it's fantastic to have some live music back as the country starts to open up. Melbourne particularly, which has been in lockdown for a long time. The rest of the country not quite so bad, but certainly live music is starting now to come back. That's it from Musicland. Thank you to the team at Musicland. They've been fantastic as usual. It's a brilliant venue. It was a brilliant show today. On behalf of Laneway Music, thanks for watching. See you later on.
Thank you.